It looks a bit weird, but...
So what Jack's trying to get through to you, but being a bit PG, is if you give it a bit of the old special action... Call that, Jack. The special treatment. We need to think of something like that. We need to think of that that can be aired. Massive holes in the ceiling, and also... Yeah. Jack, do you want to explain what you're doing? Give me that back, you little camera hogger.
Nothing.
You got nothing. Okay. No. You want to try the other ones? It's about thinking, isn't it? So he's not panicking, it's thinking. He's got it. He's got it. So he's got it now, and he's going to explain why. I've set it. I did it on purpose. To be fair, a bit cruel, but it's on purpose. Yo, morning girls and boys. Right, I've just realised that I've not actually started recording and we've already started cracking on. So you might notice, if you eagle-eyed viewers, we are back at the rewire job and we're sorting out the conservatory power. That's what we're doing. So for those of you who are new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button in the corner, turn your notifications on. I generally put up videos 2 times a week. So yeah, that being said, let's better explain what we're doing. The conservatory has got massive holes in the ceiling, and also, yeah, that has happened. So in here, when we were doing the rewire, I said I'm not going to touch this because there's talks of it being pulled down, rebuilt, not quite sure what's going on. But there is a little freezer there that needs power, and also there's a washing machine and stuff like that. So all needs power. Now there's underfloor heating in here, which is controlled by 2 switch spurs down there, and these are the 2 control modules. So what I said to the client, we made a bit of a plan before we left, but these were on holiday while we were doing the work. So we are back here to sort that. So what I said is we've got a 16 amp supply already to here. So if I take that away and use that 16 amp supply from that fuse spur to put some sockets in. So, and that is what we're doing. So we're putting IP rated sockets in. I generally use the BG ones because I tend to find that these are pretty tidy. But they are IP66 rated. So this back section from here backwards is watertight, so this is why we are doing this. So we've already started the video, and well, started the work, and here's Jack. But I said this is a perfect job for Jack to do completely on his own without me interfering, and we've got time. So as everyone knows, if you're trying to teach someone something, it takes time. So Jack is doing it. So Jack, do you want to explain what you're doing?
So
messing about, other than messing about.
Basically, we've brought a cable in through the old fuse spur for the underfloor heating. Brought it in to this here, and we're going to bring it up to this socket. We're running it in black conduit all the way around here. So this is to power up the, I think,
what? Yeah, the washing machine.
And then we're going to bring it around here, and I'm going to whack another socket on there to power up this freezer. Little freezer.
So that is said plan. So Jack's been cracking on. I just thought, I haven't actually started the recording, and we were talking to the client different options about this place and stuff like that. So it actually could be a very, very nice usable space. It's just they're not sure whether they're going to stay here, they might be moving, so it's just talking about different plan options. So I thought I'll let Jack do this, and you can sit and watch him do it. And I think what we'll do, we'll also get Jack doing all the testing as well on it and make sure it's all bang on for him. So we're not taking any of the old stuff off because it's all dead now. With part of the rewire, we've killed all the power in here, so there's no lights, there's nothing going on in here. It's literally power for like I say, these utilities as Jack's just explained.
Where they told you what to chase, told you how to run the race. Every move was on the page, but I didn't like their way. Had to fight and misbehave, had to find a way to change, had to leave to find my way. caught up in a daydream. I beat my mind up there almost daily. It's how I pass time, no opinions safely. It's how I understand what I want in this place, see. Cause everybody wanna tell you bad things. What could go wrong, what fame brings, but success is a finicky thing. And if you ain't sure, no, it'll never be. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down. Run away, I don't have to plan it. I can go, change my fate, you won't understand it. All alone, that's okay, people I can't stand them. They don't want me to change, keep me where I'm standing. And I don't wanna be where I am. And I want something more, take a chance. It could be possibly my last dance, my last dance. I don't wanna let myself.
So Jack has now, as you've seen, installed these two sockets now. So they're obviously both IP rated, as you know, IP66. So in here we are going to get Jack to do the testing. This light might start flickering because I've not charged it. I've been a naughty boy. So Jack's going to go through the testing procedure with you now, and I've just linked out my CPC and line back at the board. So what do you need to do to your tester, Jack, before? I'm not trying to trip Jack up. I do this pretty much every day, don't I, mate? Is trying to make it hammer things in, so it's not to try and trip him up. So what have you got to do to your tester if you're doing your ohms resistance on there? What do you have to
change it to ohms.
Yeah, and anything else you have to do with that lead?
Do I need to change it?
No. You need to do something to it to take out the resistance of this.
Oh, I need to null it.
Null it. Right, I'll show you how to do it on that.
I don't have to null with the plug one.
So yeah, so what should we do? So if you press that, so then that will undo it. If you get your cutters,
yeah,
right, and just link those across. So just jam it in. Not jam it in as such. Tell you what, you hold that.
Okay.
And I'll show you. So as long as you've got all your probes touching on there. What's it doing here? It's a little bit awkward on there. I did it with a key the other time. So you can do it with cutters or a big fat key. Okay. Yeah. So now it's nulled that out. Okay, so now there's no resistance measured left in that. So give me that back, you little camera hogger, and it's back onto you now. So you plug it in then, Jack, and then let me know what you've got.
Nothing.
You got nothing. Okay. No. You want to back and try the other ones? Nothing. You got nothing. So why do you think you got nothing?
I don't know.
So what have we got prior to this? This is what I try and get, because it's about thinking, isn't it? So it's not panicking, it's thinking. So before you get any tools out and think you've done something wrong,
yeah,
what possibility could there be for that not to be working? So think about where it's supplied from. He's got it. He's got it.
Think about where.
So he's got it now, and he's going to explain why. I've set it. I did it on purpose. To be fair, a bit cruel, but it's on purpose. So what happened, Jack?
Oh, the spur wasn't on.
So the spur wasn't on. Okay. So that's fine. So it shows you not to panic. Not necessarily you've done anything wrong. It's just that you've got to think about why. If there is an issue and you've got no resistance reading, there's a reason for it. Okay. So what have you got? What result do you put down, mate?
Highest one.
Highest one. So do you want to check? Have you checked both sides to make sure that both the sockets, because it happens, you get faulty sockets, there's nothing. So imagine if I've travelled half an hour, 45 minutes to install this, and it's a faulty socket. It's annoying, isn't it?
0.46.
0.46. Okay, so do you know what the maximum permitted is for those readings?
Is it 0.8?
Nope. So maximum, it's a 16 amp, isn't it?
Yeah.
16 amp radial that we've got in here. So your maximum permitted ZS value at 100% is 2.3. It's 2.73. Sorry, found the wrong one. So that's at 100%. But what you see, I don't know whether you can see that very well. So on there, it's making sure. So that's 100%. So that is what's in your BS 7671. But you want to aim for 80%. Values is what you need to obviously take into, you know, cable runs, installation methods and all that lot. Okay, so you've put that in, so type your R1, R2 in. See, it works now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So just drop that on the keys. What are the chances of that? Okay, so go down. So what's our next test on there, mate?
IR.
Yeah, so we need to go back to the board. Now, what I will do this jack, unfortunately, because there's power on. I'll tell you, I'll show you the board. It's a bit naughty the way I've done it, but being honest, there's the client's in the house and she's working, so I can't turn the whole board off. This is why I'll do this and not Jack. So here's what I've done earlier. So I'll do the IR in here. So this is the board. I'll just do the IR and then I'll get Jack to explain what the results are. 2 seconds. Right. So I've just done the insulation resistance test on that. So Jack, what was your results?
All 999.
Okay, and what range did you test that at?
500.
So it's 500 volts, isn't it? You've tested that at. Yeah. So what would be a failure? So I'm banging out the questions now.
It would be 0 point something, wouldn't it? Or just like 0.
So yeah, so that would be a failure. Yeah. So
is there a maximum one?
So well, basically, my machine will read up to 999 mega ohms. My previous mega MFT would do 299. So if you get a reading of 1 mega ohm,
yeah.
Okay, you need to further investigation is needed. So ideally, you want 2 or above. 1 is not enough. But obviously, it's such a massive scale. But yeah, so basically, ours has passed anyway. The other thing is the reason why people are going to go, bloody hell, you've worked live. Well, like you say, if you own fully insulated pliers, you can do it. I don't normally, but obviously I've got a client working at home, so I don't want to be turning all the power off, and this is why I've done it rather than Jack. Jack, did I actually do that? You didn't do the IR in there, did you?
Oh no.
Because I don't want. There's no need to induce further risk for Jack, and obviously that's why you've got these bad boys. If that board was a absolute rat's nest and there was cables all over the place, 100% I wouldn't do it. I just no, sorry, I can't do it. But because I've installed that board previously, it's very, very easy to work on. It's dead straightforward. So if you want to put your test lead back in for the plug adapter, you might as well do a ZS and see what results you've actually got. I say some people might think I'm being a bit hard on Jack for doing it this way. It's a bit unfair, but I don't think it is. I actually think it's this is definitely a better way of, you know, trying to get Jack to think, because on my next NIC approved contractor assessment, I'm there all day, so I'm going to try and get Jack to come with me, which he doesn't normally, but I'm going to try and come with me. So you want it on that one, because he's got to get used to it. So I'm trying to ask him questions as if the assessor would be asking him, because I know you're in level 2 now. You're in level 2.
Level 3.
Level 3. So what year are you in? 2. Yeah. Oh, that's why I got confused. So even though obviously Jack's way off from doing that, but it's better to get him prepared for this sort of stuff going forward. So Jack's just, what test are you doing now?
ZE.
Nope.
ZS.
ZS. What have you got?
0.52.
0.52. Okay. Do you want to go through to this side as well? You can do if you want to, because you've already verified that that's all working. You don't really need to now, so just do that one. So should this be a different result to that one, Jack?
Yeah.
Why is that?
It's further away from the source.
There you go. Further away. So like I say, I hope you enjoy these videos, because I quite enjoy making them, because there's not really much pressure on from my side. Probably, Jack, you're more pressure for you, isn't it, on these sort of things? Yeah. But I like it. But it keeps you on your toes, doesn't it? It's good though, isn't it? Doing it this way. So yeah. So is that a pass or a fail?
That's a pass.
That is a pass, isn't it? So we can calculate that. So what have you got on there?
0.57.
0.57. Okay. So we've already done RCD test now. So what we'll do, so you need to set up for an RCD, so you can plug that into there.
Auto on the RCD test.
Yeah, 1 second. Right, sorry about that, just needed to sort something out to do with rugby coaching. Right, so, oh, light is dying. Oh, it's dead. Light's dead. So what we'll try and do is get that light going on here, and hopefully you can see it's not so much of a Blair Witch. Hold it. Better. Right, so we're going to do an RCD test. So we're doing an auto test on here. So pass us the tester a minute, Jack. Let's just show the girls and boys at home. So we've got that on auto test, and we're at 30 milliamps because that's what the RCBO is at. So you've got to make sure as well, obviously you're selecting on your machine to test the RCBO at the appropriate one. This is a type A RCBO that we've got fitted, so you need to make sure that you're on your tester, you're actually testing the appropriate one. So if you want to press test then, Jack, and then head off to the board. Have you not switched it on? Standard schoolboy error. Okay, so if you reset it, so what we're going to do now is Jack's going to go back to the board, which is not far away, but obviously he's going to keep resetting that, and then I'm going to see if he remembers that he's got to press the test functional button as well. Like I say, I'm not trying to be harsh, I just want him to be better than me, which is not hard. Okay, Jack, you all sorted? Mm-hmm. So if you want to cycle through your results, you remember how to do that, don't you? So what should you get at your 1 times your rating? Can you remember?
What should I go on 1 time?
What's my maximum tripping time?
Isn't it different depending on the breaker?
Kind of. Based on your RCD, so you've got 30 milliamp RCD,
yeah,
isn't it? So at 1 times, so you've got your
30 milliseconds.
So yeah, no, you've got 30. So it's a 30 millisecond RCBO that you've got fitted. So what has it got to trip out within? What's my range?
Is it 30 milliseconds?
No, it's 300 milliseconds. Okay, on your 1 times. Okay, so it's got to trip out in. So you've got a naught cycle, so I'll try and explain on here. So you've got a naught cycle, and then you've got your 180 degrees, okay, so I don't know where you've got you start, to be fair. So you've got a half, so that which is your half its current rating. Then you've got, goes down to 1 times, so this is what it needs to trip out within 300 milliseconds for this type of RCBO. So you've got 29 milliseconds at naught, and then you've got 38.4 at 180, so that's the one you remember for the minute. So then this, now we're going into our 5 times at naught of 28.6. So what am I allowed up to on 5 times? Can you remember? You remember at all? We haven't. It's been a little while. To be fair, it's been a little while since Jack's done a little with testing, so it's just trying to refresh memories.
50.
Close. It's 40. So 40 milliseconds. Okay, so you're close. So on here we've got 28.6 at 0 degrees, and 180 we've got 18.5. So what do we record? So we only record our times 5 settings. So yeah, 28.6. So if you put that in there then, bud. Okay, so that's that. So have you tested everything on that RCD?
No.
Okay.
Test push the functional test.
Okay, good lad. Go on then, if you're going to smash that as well. So this is the good thing about this software. Like I say, it's not sponsored, but it's this software is great because it's now allowed Jack. So like I say, I try and get Jack to fill these things in because he's got a key that he has to pass. Like, it's prompts, isn't it, basically? So you need to make sure that that's is okay. Is that okay, Jack?
Yes.
Did that trip out? So if you click your pass on there, happy days. So have we got an AFDD fitted, which is the arc fault detection device? No, we haven't got that. So NA. So this circuit is done. So that circuit is done. We don't need to do anything else to it. It's passed. So happy days. So like I said, we'll just finish wrapping this up now, and then we'll jump back in with you in the van. Right, so we are, as you can see, in the van. Job's all done. So how do you think that went, Jack?
I thought it went really well. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing conduit stuff.
Yeah, it's good to let Jack do more and more hands-on stuff. That is the key, because obviously eventually, hopefully, Jack will be able to do more and more stuff on his own once he's qualified and go, Jack, that job's yours, I'm getting on with this one. That is the end plan. So we are starving now, to be fair. Jack's actually, how much food have you got with you today, Jack? Nil point.
I might have to do a chippy run.
He's getting a bit bad for this. You are getting bad at this, I'm going to be honest. He's constantly, I've brought no food. Idiot. What an idiot. Schoolboy error. Right, on that note, thank you very much for watching, and if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. We try and do them, like I say, 2 times a week. That's what we're up to at the moment. Hopefully it's helped you, and if you are a young apprentice and that's helped, leave it in the comments below. We'd like to know whether it's more apprenticeship based, that you've got some help from this, isn't it, Jack? Because that's the main thing. It's
Even if it helps one person.
Yeah, exactly. Happy day. That's all we want. One person for it to help, then we are winning. So on that note, take care, and we shall see you next time. Bye, guys.